What's up, guys? Eli here, back for a death metal t-shirt video. This is going to be the last death metal t-shirt video. I had enough for one more video. I didn't have enough for two videos, so we're going to do more than 10 today. I think it's like 14 or 15 or something like that. And I will say, when I was going through, I was going through my shirts, and I was like, obviously some bands fall between black and death metal. And I couldn't remember if certain shirts, if I showed on the black metal video, I don't know. So you might see two or three here that I've already shown. I wasn't going to go back and rewatch the videos and, just for a fucking t-shirt. But if you see some you've already seen, I don't think that's going to be a problem. But I do apologize for the unprofessionalism. Right now I am drinking a winter edition pomegranate Red Bull. Yes, I am sponsored by Red Bull. Nah, just kidding. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's okay. I don't know what I expected at first. So I bought this at the store by my house. I was walking back home, and I was like, this tastes like straight garbage. But the more I thought about it, I'm like, actually, it's not that bad. I think it was one of those cases where I was expecting it to taste like something that it wasn't ever going to taste like. It tastes exactly like you would expect. It tastes like a pomegranate flavored Red Bull. It's not that bad, actually. I think I just don't like pomegranate, and I didn't know that. But whatever. I need the caffeine, so hopefully you have one to drink with me if you're also tired. So what have I been doing lately? In case anyone was wondering, I'm doing some stuff a little bit different. Right now I'm working on wrapping up my top album, end of year list, whatever you want to call it. I'm still working on that. I'm hoping to have that out before the end of the year, but it might be early 2022. We'll see. I'm still listening to releases and, trying to categorize them and jumbling the order back and forth. You know how that shit goes. And one thing that I learned this year is I'm really not good at it at all. I am not good at saying one album is better than another one. I'm terrible at it, and it's been kind of a headache. I'm still probably going to do it every year because I do enjoy the end product, but I feel like when my list comes out, it's even tailored to my taste. It's still not very accurate, but whatever. And as far as doing things different, I'm going to try something. I'm going to try doing maybe slightly shorter videos. Not always, but like, you know how I usually show, like I'll show a t-shirt video with a cassette tape video. I'll put basically two things that don't make a long video. I'll put them together. I'm going to actually try out just doing them one at a time and maybe just pumping out, videos. If they're short, maybe doing them every 2 days or something like that. And we'll see how it goes. That way, I feel like that way people can pick and choose. If they don't give a shit about t-shirts, they just don't have to watch it. I mean, they weren't going to watch it anyways, but, I don't want... If some of you are interested in one thing and not the other, I don't want you to skip the entire video just because of that. So I'm trying to just show one thing at a time. T-shirt video, cassette tape video, VHS tape video, DVD video. We'll see how it goes. Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing here. Anyways, moving on to the t-shirts. These are all mostly death metal bands. There are a few that might, bridge the gap between black and death metal. Like I said, you might have already seen one or two of these, but hopefully not. But, moving forward, we're going to start off with Funerus, The Black Death, which was the name of, I think it was their current album when they were on this tour. This is a 2015 tour shirt that I saw them on, and I guess we were the first date. You can see it at the top there, Spokane, Washington. Yeah, Funerus, very cool. They played with Incantation. Obviously, Jill from Funerus, was married to, John from Incantation for many, many years. I didn't know they were divorced until not too long ago. But yeah, so they played together, toured together. John actually played rhythm guitar in Funerus live, too, and it was great. It was fucking awesome. I know Jill had health issues around that time, and it was cool to see that she was doing all right. And yeah, Funerus are a cool, just a cool, doomy, sludgy, nasty death metal band. They've been kicking since, I think, mid to late 90s. They don't have a lot of material. They've never been like a full-time band by any means, but, they got a couple albums and a couple recordings, but good death metal. And next one, Fatalist. Fatalist are a death metal band out of California, I think. I want to say somewhere out of California. There's the back, the depths of inhumanity. I actually got this shirt right as they were breaking up. I didn't know it at the time. They had one album out. I think they just had one album. They might have had two. Anyway, so they announced that they were splitting. I think right as I was like placing an order, which was cool. I was glad to get some. I wanted a shirt from them. I was glad to be able to get that. They did go on to reunite years later. They pumped out another album, and I really didn't hear anyone talk about it. I didn't even really hear anything from the band, so I don't know. I don't know if it was one of those things where it's like, let's give it another shot, and we put out an album, no one's talking about it, so we're bummed about that. I don't know. There's so many bands nowadays, guys. You can't let that get you down. If you have a band and that's what you want to do, just fucking do it. I mean, don't have any set expectations, and that goes for YouTube channels like this too. It would be foolish for me to have expectations of reaching or gaining X amount of subs or whatever. Come on, that's don't do that to yourself. Just do what you like to do, and if something happens, it happens. If it doesn't, who gives a fuck, right? But yeah, Fatalists are a great band, man. That first album is the only one I have from them. It's really good. Very 90s Swedish death metal sounding, despite, coming from California 30 years later or whatever, 20 years later. But it's good stuff. Now, this shirt I may have shown already. Whatever. I don't know. Grave Miasma. Great band, great shirt. That Pazuzu on there or something. I don't know. Some kind of demon. Death metal levitation, it says on the back. Grave Miasma are a great band. Death metal band, maybe blackened death metal band. I don't know. I don't like the term blackened death metal, which is weird that I just said it because I'd never used that term. I usually say black death metal, but anyways, I consider them more murky death metal than anything. They're from the UK, England, I believe. They had an album out this year, actually. Yeah, really good band. Next we have, I believe this band is from Germany. I say that because I always confuse them with another band or another country for some reason. We're talking about Abyssus. Abyssus. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. And you wouldn't know from reading the logo anyways. It is a cool logo, right? It's just like rocks and stuff. I don't know. So I bought this shirt from Nuclear War Now. I really like the band. I got it really cheap because it was a 2018 Nuclear War Now festival shirt. They have, that festival they have in Germany every so often. So it's got all of these bands on the back, which is cool. I did not go to that tour. It wasn't a tour. I didn't go to that festival. I've never been in Germany, I got the shirt really cheap, and I really like the band, so I just wanted the shirt. I feel like I might have shown that one. I don't know. We'll just hope for the best, right? Next one, Deteriorate. Return from War. Deteriorate are one of my favorite death metal bands, actually. On the back, it's got the logo in green. Heavy 90s death metal from New Jersey. They put out, in my opinion, one of the best death metal albums ever made in the early 90s, maybe 93 or so. In Ancient Beliefs, it's called. Yeah, they had that. They had some demos and EPs, and they were quiet for a long time. They had a second album out, maybe 10 years ago or so, which was pretty good. And they've been fairly quiet since then. Just one of those bands that just kind of can't really decide what it wants to. If it wants to, I think member changes and the lineup issues, I think, is kind of part of what's going on with Deteriorate, but whatever. They have that. They still have a great discography. Like I said, one of the best full lengths in death metal ever. If I'm being completely honest, and many people will agree with me. So yeah, I fucking love Deteriorate. I also feel like I've shown this shirt before too. So if I have, sorry, I'll keep it short anyways. Not much to say about this one other than it is an awesome shirt, really well done. Death, obviously from the Leprosy album. I mean, top quality shirt. This print is, it's so detailed. There's no pixelation at all to be seen on this shirt. I don't know who made this. Professionally printed, obviously, but fucking awesome job. I wear this shirt all the time. This one has kind of a special place in my heart, I guess you could say. Drawn and quartered. It's a very basic shirt, obviously. Just a logo on the front and then tour dates on the back from back in 2008. Same year my son was born. I don't remember this being that long ago, but yeah. This was a tour that I went to. Looks like we are... Fuck, dude. Shit, we're not even... we're not even on here. I guess it was probably an unscheduled date or something like that. But anyways, yeah. Drawn and Quartered, one of my favorite death metal bands. I've always said that they're one of the most underrated death metal bands of all time, really. And it's funny because that is commonly said. Like, there's a lot of people that think that. Yet here they are, still kind of slogging away to a pretty limited fan base. But whatever. Drawn and Quartered, they are from Seattle, Washington, not far from where I live. Awesome band, a death metal band. They get comparisons to Immolation and Incantation all the time. No, I don't think those two bands are as similar as a lot of you guys do. But still, sometimes it's pretty common for a band to be heavily inspired by both of those bands. But for the record, I do not consider Immolation and Incantation, just because they come from the same area of the U.S., sort of the same time, and they have similar sounding names. They're not that similar as far as bands. I hate when people lump them together like they're the same fucking band all the time. It's super annoying. But anyways, they do kind of sound like both of those bands, maybe a little bit more on the Incantation side. They're not nearly as technical as Immolation are, but they still have that evil, brooding sound. Yeah, one of the best death metal bands, in my opinion. Had they been around, they weren't around until like the mid-90s. Had they been around in the late 80s or earlier 90s, I think they would have been huge. But they weren't, and that's how it fucking goes, I guess. All right, I have shown this shirt before in another video, but it still belongs in this video, and you may not have seen that one anyways. So, Deceased. I wear this shirt all the time. I absolutely fucking love it. So this shirt, there's a story behind it. It's kind of funny. It goes back to the MySpace days. Back when I had MySpace, I started following King Fally from Deceased, and he made this post where he's like, "Hey, I got some Deceased shirts to sell. I can't upload a picture because I don't know how," or something like that. And I was like, fuck yeah, I want a Deceased shirt. I just ordered it without even seeing what it looked like. And needless to say, when it came, I wasn't disappointed. And yeah, to this day, I'm still a massive Deceased fan, and King Fally rules, and all that stuff. And in that same video that I showed that shirt before, I showed this one also, but it belongs in this video. Pestilence from their, in my opinion, their best album, Consuming Impulse. So I got this shirt through King Fally. I made a video a while back of all the shirts that I got from King Fally, and I have a lot of them. I might have included that one in there. I'm not positive. So the story behind that goes, King Fally did initiate the sale of that shirt, but he didn't have that printed himself. It was a friend that had a run of those shirts printed, and King just hooked me up with it through a friend. So anyways, yeah, King does stuff like that all the time. So I bought that shirt from him, but it wasn't one of the shirts. If you know King, if you follow King Fally on Facebook for any amount of time, I don't know if he still does it, but he used to do like once every month or two, he would do a run of a specific shirt, and he would gather a bunch of pre-orders, and he would go get it made. He would send them all out. So anyways, but that wasn't one of them. I just got that in that same time period through him. But anyways, you're like, shut the fuck up, dude. Show another shirt or fuck off. This shirt, I may have shown this in my black metal, as part of my black metal shirt collection. I don't remember, because this is a band that definitely straddles both genres. Talking about Hod from Texas. I feel like I might have shown this, so whatever. Showing it again, because they are, as much as they are a black metal band, they're also kind of a death metal band. So I kind of just described, what they sound like. Black metal, death metal, maybe even a little bit of thrash metal. Just one of the best bands from Texas currently. Though I don't know if they're active. I haven't heard any new music from them or anything in quite some time now, but I believe I have seen, I think they have been playing live, so I think they're active. But anyways. So this next one, this is from a local band, actually, that has existed since, I think, the mid or even late 90s, Spokane, Washington. They are no more as the singer and guitarist, and basically, I think I don't know if he was one of the only original members, but he is one of the founding members, anyways. One of the last few that remained, and he actually took his own life a couple years back. I didn't know the guy personally, but still very sad. Funny thing about this band is, I'm just gonna say it here. I don't think anyone. I don't think any of you watching, know any of these guys personally or even know of this band. I always thought most of these guys seemed pretty shady, so I never really wanted to befriend them or anything. But they did make pretty good music. They were a pretty good death metal band. They were called Ruta, Rutah, and they put out this pretty cool long sleeve. I don't know, probably close to 10 years ago. It's got some sleeve print there. What does it say? Time of the Empty Throne. For a local band, they were good. They were pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. Moving on. We have The Glorious Dead. This is a death metal band shirt of our own Marty Worm. I talk about this band as often as I can. I get as much stuff from them as I can get, and they are a very good death metal band out of Michigan. So definitely look into The Glorious Dead if you haven't. I got one more. Another one that I may have shown in my black metal video, my black metal shirt video. I don't remember for sure, but we'll just show it again because this is also kind of a death metal band. Evangelist. I always thought this band was really cool. Even says New Age death metal right there. It's got the label print on the sleeve. Sali Nieve was a label. They're not really active anymore, but it is a good friend of mine. Lives right here where I do. Originally from Chicago, moved here some years back, and just kind of got busy with life and doesn't really do that label anymore, which is a fucking shame. He might still have releases. I'm not sure if you want to check out the Bandcamp. A lot of you have heard of the label, but if you haven't, yeah, go check it out. It's he put out great stuff. I have multiple releases, mostly cassette, but anyways, yeah, that's it. So that is all for my death metal shirts. I'll probably move on next to thrash or traditional heavy metal or something like that. I probably have another shirt. I probably have enough shirts for another 2 to 3 videos if I'm doing 10 at a time, and that'll be it. I'll move on to other adventures. But anyways, thanks guys. If there's enough of you that are interested in looking at metal shirts, I know I like it. They're just as fun to collect as CDs or vinyl or anything, patches, whatever. So I very much appreciate it. Comment on whatever you would like. Tell me about your cats and your dogs if you want. That would actually be preferred. And Louis says hello. He's right here behind me. And thanks for stopping by, guys. Cheers. We'll talk soon.